Childhood is a time of wonder, growth, and exploration. It's a period when the foundation for our physical and mental well-being is laid. The experiences we have during these formative years, both positive and negative, shape the adults we become and influence our health trajectories. Just as a sturdy house requires a strong foundation, a healthy life depends on a nurturing and supportive childhood. However, when adversity strikes during these crucial years, it can have a lasting impact on our physical and mental health.
Trauma is an experience that overwhelms our ability to cope. It's not just about the event itself, but also about how it's processed and integrated into our understanding of the world. Trauma can stem from a single catastrophic event, like a natural disaster or a car accident, or it can result from ongoing exposure to stressful or dangerous situations, such as domestic violence or neglect. Chronic illness, on the other hand, refers to long-term health conditions that often require ongoing medical attention and management. These conditions can range from heart disease and diabetes to autoimmune disorders and mental health conditions.
When we experience trauma, our bodies go into survival mode. The sympathetic nervous system, responsible for the fight-or-flight response, kicks into gear, releasing a surge of hormones like adrenaline and cortisol. This response is designed to help us deal with immediate danger, but when it's chronically activated, it can wreak havoc on our physical and mental health. The constant flood of stress hormones can disrupt our sleep, impair our digestion, and weaken our immune system, making us more susceptible to infections and diseases.
Chronic illnesses are prolonged medical conditions that often require ongoing management and can significantly impact an individual's quality of life. These conditions can manifest in various forms, affecting different organ systems and bodily functions. Managing chronic illnesses typically involves a multifaceted approach, including medication, lifestyle modifications, therapy, and support groups. The goal is not always to cure the illness, but to manage symptoms, slow progression, and improve overall well-being. Living with a chronic illness can be challenging, requiring individuals to adapt to their limitations, navigate complex medical systems, and cope with the emotional and social impact of their condition.
Trauma doesn't just leave physical scars, it can also deeply wound the psyche. The psychological impact of trauma can manifest in various ways, including anxiety disorders, depression, post-traumatic stress disorder, and substance abuse. These conditions can significantly impair an individual's ability to function in their daily life, affecting their relationships, work, and overall well-being.
The mind and body are not separate entities. They are intricately intertwined. This mind-body connection means that our thoughts, feelings, and beliefs can influence our physical health, and vice versa. Research has shown that chronic stress, often rooted in early adversity, can contribute to a wide range of health problems, including heart disease, stroke, diabetes, and even cancer. The Adverse Childhood Experiences Study, a landmark research project, provided compelling evidence of this link, demonstrating that childhood trauma increases the risk of developing chronic health conditions later in life.
The ACEs study identified 10 types of adverse childhood experiences that can have a profound impact on long-term health. These experiences fall into 3 categories: abuse, neglect, and household dysfunction. Abuse includes physical, emotional, and sexual abuse, while neglect encompasses physical and emotional neglect. Household dysfunction covers a range of issues, including having a parent who is mentally ill or substance dependent, witnessing domestic violence, and experiencing parental separation or divorce. The ACEs study revealed that adverse childhood experiences are alarmingly common. The study found that nearly 2/3 of adults have experienced at least one type of ACE, and 1 in 6 adults have experienced 4 or more ACEs. Certain populations are disproportionately affected by ACEs, including children living in poverty, racial and ethnic minorities, and LGBTQ+ youth. These disparities highlight the need for targeted interventions and support systems to address the root causes of childhood adversity.
The physiological stress response, a cascade of reactions. When we encounter a perceived threat, our bodies initiate a complex physiological response known as the stress response. This response, also known as the fight or flight response, is designed to help us deal with immediate danger by mobilizing energy and resources. However, when the stress response is chronically activated, it can have detrimental effects on our health. Chronic stress leads to the prolonged release of stress hormones like cortisol, which can disrupt various bodily functions, including immune function, metabolism, and cardiovascular health.
Intergenerational trauma, the legacy of pain. Trauma has a ripple effect, often extending beyond the individual who experienced it. Intergenerational trauma refers to the transmission of trauma's impact across generations. This transmission can occur through various mechanisms, including genetic predisposition, parenting practices, and the perpetuation of unhealthy coping mechanisms. For example, parents who have experienced trauma may struggle to provide a safe and nurturing environment for their children, inadvertently passing on their own unresolved trauma.
Healing and resilience strategies for a brighter future. While the impact of childhood trauma can be significant and long-lasting, it's important to remember that healing is possible. There are various strategies that individuals can adopt to address the effects of trauma and build resilience. These strategies include mindfulness practices. Mindfulness techniques such as meditation and deep breathing exercises can help regulate emotions, reduce stress, and improve focus. Social support. Connecting with supportive individuals, whether through therapy, support groups, or close relationships, can provide a sense of belonging, validation, and hope. Physical wellness. Engaging in regular physical activity, eating a nutritious diet, and getting enough sleep can support both physical and mental health.
Early childhood interventions, breaking the cycle. Preventing and mitigating the impact of childhood trauma is crucial for creating a healthier and more equitable society. Early childhood interventions, such as home visiting programs, high-quality childcare, and parenting education, can provide support to families and help break the cycle of intergenerational trauma. By investing in early childhood, we can create a brighter future for all children and build a more resilient society.